NaVi on that T side, G2 on the CT here as we head into the first map of what is a best of three here on the final day of ESL Pro League Europe. We've got two sets of utility on the T side, just the smoke and the kit on Amanek. And NaVi not playing too fast here. Take some control in upper halls, but they've got players out NaVi as well. They hit the pick though.
Oh my. That's what I was just about to say. Look at this control of inners already. Hunter getting two, Flamey and Perfecto going down early, but a nice trade. Boomich will be able to drop Jax in the process. Now it's going to be on Amanek. Kenny obviously taken very, very low as well. So still a 3-on-2, but only one Glock shot is all it's going to need to take it through. Simple does have his famed P250 here, slowly walking around the other side of the smoke. And it looks like they're going to bail out, sit towards the CT connector, wait a little bit longer, whilst Kenny S just gets back into Ivy. And he's going to sit patiently with just that 2 points of HP, and he will actually find Electronic in the process.
Plant going down now in the hands of Boomich. So again, with that low HP on Kenny, they've got a chance here, but it is a 3 versus 2, and they are trapped in this bomb site. They've got nowhere to hide at all. G2 already closing in 2. Boomich been spotted, but he hears the shot and knows that it's coming. So there's a chance here, but his positioning is going to be found out. It's all onto Simple.
Very well done from Hunter here. That's 3 kills in the round so far. Boomich will fall, but now Simple inside this 1v3. He's got a good position towards the old bomb. Kenny does tap onto it. There will be the first pick. He does actually miss a little bit, but in the end, able to find the frag, but it's going to be Amanek to take it down, and that should very well be the retake, I do believe. Yes, the kit is in the hands of Amanek, so we do have the defuse come in. It's very tight, but it will be done, and G2 start off nicely here on Train. Might have been a little bit too costly, but that inners control straight off the bat, Tim. Hunter getting the control with the 3K so early.
Yeah, that was risky from both teams, but as you said, well played from Hunter. He hit his shots. NaVi were setting up for potentially either a wrap or a fake A there. They did have 2 players heading down Ivy and 3 in B halls, but CTs chose to fight them super early and worked out for them. They did get the kills. It was a little bit close at the end there. You can never really be not scared of Simple in a 1vx, but this time wasn't quite enough. G2 going to buy up into some rifles and SMGs for themselves, make a bit of cash, get themselves established, get the economy rolling. Of course, they are looking towards getting the AWP out onto Kenny S. We'll see how early they're able to establish that. For NaVi's part, they've gone for 5 deagles and just a couple of grenades. And as much as I would like to say something like, oh, it's just pistols, they'll be fine, every time a caster says that, it's immediately not the case. So G2, they've got the superior weaponry, but they need to be careful here. Hunter's going to eat the nade and hope that someone peeks him, and Flamey capitalizes on it immediately.
Leaping down into the SL position. Very nicely done from Flamey, and this is exactly as you mentioned though, right, Tim? The deagles are out, and when they are in the hands of players like Flamey, Simple, Electronic, it's going to be very, very scary to face against the prospects. So with one member going down of G2, it is a 4-on-5. Now Electronic making his way up Ivy. There is a little bit of control. Jax looking back. The timing doesn't actually find him in the right position. And in the end, Electronic will be punished. Nexa, great swing through. And now he will start to rotate, but still in a 4v4. 45 seconds remain. Bomb is in the hands of Boomich. Not anymore, though. Goes down to the hands of Jax. Simple to find one more. So still equal here. Simple find some extra control, and there's going to be another on the Kenny S.
Don't let him do it. Amanek will be able to capitalize on one and at least trade something back, but it's a 2-on-2. Simple is exposed here, but he's creeping his way forwards. Amanek very aware of it. Perfecto stuck in SL for now. Simple might just find the timing here. He's going to get another one. Surely not. Surely this is not the way. I said it. I said that the Eagles were going to be dangerous. Nexa has to try and play with the MP9. The nade is perfect. And now a 1v1 against Simple is within range of hitting that shot with the M4. The help is not quite there. Simple with the headshot somehow. Goodness me. I shouldn't have said anything. That one's got to sting a little bit for G2.
Oh, mate, definitely. And you can see as by the player cams, right? The current meta, sometimes we do regularly see that second round force, especially if they got the bomb plant. They didn't obviously get it in that position there. But the fact that they only went for the light buy, the bomb was actually planted. That's why they only did go for that light buy. That's what I was going for. But they picked up the deagles. They managed to stay above 2K, and they get it done without armor. Full round, taken through. NaVi now 1-1 and starting off very fresh on their opening map.
Full execute out onto the A bomb site here. Smokes, mollies, flashbangs, everything you would want. Boomich going to lead the charge with the SMG, looking to farm up some money against these pistol-carrying players. Rest of the team moving in through Ivy. And Jax, given a second opportunity, will find one onto Perfecto. Here's Flamey to refrag.
Yeah, nice refrag from Flamey to make sure that it does equalize on that 4v5, but already with the opener, Jax can make it start to be a little bit scary because they've invested some extra money here. And Hunter, Jax with another. This is exactly what we talk about though, Tim, right? In these pistol rounds, you can never put them out, but Flamey, he's managed to pick up 3 in the process here, will be tagged up. Amanek actually finding him through the smoke as well. Now it's all on Nexa. With that bomb going down, they need to make sure it's locked down. Boomich, will he be able to do the damage? He can indeed, but Nexa still will live on, trying to tap away. He's going to be legged up, and this may very well be the round. Boomich has to face down the AK of Nexa. There is no kit in hand, but he's going to start to stick it. Locking it down will be Amanek. He's only 1 shot away, and there it will be. Boomich falls, and that's going to be another defuse. And immediately, Tim, we have this back and forth. The yo-yo 2-1 in the favor of G2 Esports now.
Well, French players and Force buys back and forth. Name me a more iconic duo. Admittedly, you know, that's a bit of an older meme, but, you know, still works. Rifles in the hands of G2 now, largely stolen. They've got 2 AKs and one of their own M4s as well. Well, 3 of their own M4s, but, you know, they managed to get one back. Hero Orp out onto Simple. They've got 2 AKs behind it, 2 pistols in the hands of Perfecto and Electronic. So we'll see what they're able to do with it. They've got another execute going out to the A bomb site, smokes, flashes, counter utility from G2. So a lot of grenades and not a lot of presence just yet, although NaVi are showing some presence in the brown halls. They've caused G2 to dump a lot of utility as well. They've got 2 players who are almost out entirely. Hunter also used a decent amount of his. Kenny S, though, still has a decent amount of grenades for later in the round, but a lot being thrown early here. And crucially, they've got 2 smokes. 1 smoke is generally 15 seconds of delay or so. They've only got 2 with 1:20 to play, so they'll have to be careful with how they play them.
It's crazy stuff, though, isn't it? You think about it, right? Like the fact that NaVi lost that round with the bomb plant, they were able to afford so much to work with. Obviously, only going to be the pistol for Boomich and Electronic. I did actually notice he sent Boomich drop the AK over to Perfecto now. But they will start to slow it up. We do indeed have Boomich looking to make his way above the SL position. Bomb is over towards B, getting some utility sent over will be Electronic. And now they will head over to that inside bomb site now, making their way down the ramp. Is Kenny S going to be able to lock this down? No, Nexa will be the one to open up here. Perfecto will go down. Kenny S still watching the top. They've got some time. 45 seconds remain, but Boomich will find the trade. And another Boomich out onto this B site, finding the 2 entries, which is needed. Now Amanek toying with the idea of making his way up the ladder. Electronic will be heard out, but Boomich, again, 3 massive frags into this round. Hunter will go down as well. It's all on a Jackson Amanek. And with that bomb being planted, they need to aggress in. Flamey might meet up towards Amanek shortly, but he has actually not found the timing. Electronic, Flamey to close out the round, and NaVi, they find it back. It's 2-2. No single team to equalize with a back-to-back round yet.
And we'll have to see just how long it's going to take before we do get one of these 2 teams going back-to-back in the rounds. You'd think it'd happen here, but weirder things have happened. However, things looking pretty dire in the G2 department financially. They've got themselves some pistols. They've got a couple of grenades. Amanek has a Zeus, so if you believe in the Zeus, maybe you'll have some luck, but I'm not feeling too good about it. NaVi on their hands, a full buy, full util, everything. Again, utility into the A bomb site and actually more focused into the B halls. They're trying to stop a rush here, knowing that G2 are going to be on pistols. Trying not to get caught out, just like Boomich is going to be. There's the Zeus.
You'll have to see it. I mean, Jax, he will burn down for Amanek's aggression, but look, those are the little frags you like to see in matches like this, though, right? The disrespect, the BM, the Zeus is the cheeky little purchase that sometimes can get away with it.
It is the best thing for getting a kill in that range outside of a shotgun.
Absolutely. Yep, for sure.
It's going to work better than pistols. They're going to walk peek. Ivy here. Oh, Electronic. This could be all of them.
It was tight. Electronic in the end finds 2. Nexa, at least able to get 1 for his troubles, but now in this 3-on-2, Nexa has actually recovered an AK in the process, but unfortunately is all on his lonesome, and Perfecto will walk out and line him up. There we go. Finally. Back-to-back rounds on the board, picked up here by NaVi. And the money situation for G2, it's not the greatest. You know, Kenny S has obviously got the additional cash in the bank account, but he wants to save up to get that big green, the AWP, a very, very important item to be purchased here. And here's the replay. You'll love to see it.
Yeah, that's... that is, as much as that seems like a bit of a meme, that is the best possible weapon for that engagement, pretty much. Like, shotguns have good enough accuracy in air, which on a ladder, you're technically in the air. They have good enough accuracy that you can make that work, but like, the Zeus is going to hit that pretty much every time. Either way, enough about the Zeus. We have a single flashbang. It's $200 in utility. They're going to see what they can do with it. It's an execute out into the A bomb side. It's been similar utility from NaVi pretty much every single round. This time they use it, and there is nobody there from G2 at all. All of them flanking through the Blau. Boomich, depending on his timing here, he's either going to get very lucky or very unlucky as G2 continue their flank.
Charging through inside the office room above. Now they will make their way down the stairwell. Electronic hunting them out.
No.
He actually does take a big headshot here, and Amanek, he's going to be able to capitalize, finding the pick onto Electronic, and now Simple toying with the idea that there might be some around. I thought that was actually him, but no, it's Boomich to find Amanek. Kenny S wanting to make sure he tries to save on to that rifle there. Will be very, very important to ensure it gets over into the next round. Jack's just waiting on top of the bin. Boomich looking to find him shortly, and it's going to be a tough prospect to even have Kenny save this weapon. Simple flicked up, finding it. There's Hunter to get Boomich. But still surprisingly a 3-on-2. G2, they've done a fair bit of damage, and looks like Kenny should live on here.
He absolutely will. It's not only does he have a pretty good angle to hide in, a good corner to play, NaVi don't really want to commit out of there. They've got a few kills, but this round's already a bit expensive enough for them, given it is against full pistols. They'll want to save what they have, and they do get out of it with a couple of rifles, and most importantly, they've got that AWP on Simple still. Look at this dink. That is one of the most annoying things to play against as a T rifler. If you run around the corner and 3 USPs just dink you at once. And yeah, sure, maybe don't peek it quite so wide, but you got to try something, and if you try to shoulder peek and a pistol's wide peeking you, good luck. Kenny S on the AWP once again. And a full buy for both teams for the first time here. Only one kit on the side of G2, but pretty good utility. They've used a bunch already, but they've still got some in reserve. And NaVi playing this one a lot slower. They've taken some map control in the brown halls. They've got a bit of presence out towards Ivy, waiting for a push. Not taking contact anywhere too aggressively just yet. More trying to see if G2 want to force the issue, but on their first gun round, G2 don't want to be getting anything too risky. That nade coming over tells Flame there's probably no one close. The nade dropping down doesn't do enough to Amanek either, so a slow one here, and it's probably going to stay that way unless NaVi can find a gap to exploit.
And yeah, look, as you mentioned, of course, they've got this full buy for the first time in the map. They've had to expend a couple in order to get the weaponry that was required. NaVi sitting at 4. They've got the 2 rounds buffer. And still just playing their time. You know, they haven't really overextended. They're waiting to see if any aggression will be sent at them by G2. Still toying with the prospect of heading down the ladder. Will be Flamey, but right now he's happy to just sort of leave Amanek at home. And it does look like it will end up being the outside bomb execute, but as the utility does start to move out, the Molotov heading at the back of green. And now the momentum should start to ramp up. Looking to get out now, Boomich. He'll be the first to fall the way of Hunter, though, who is sitting up at the electrical box.
That leaves the bomb down in a terrible position as well, and now Hunter can just dance around this electrical box here. Nexa also going to grab himself a frag, lurking. Jax saves the life of his teammate somehow, and that's it, all done. NaVi, they left it real late, but they didn't really have anything when they went to go for that. They pushed through smokes. Most importantly, Boomich ran through a smoke with the bomb. That's really the value for G2 of being able to hold onto that utility for later in the game, because they used a bunch of util early to force NaVi out, but they still had some for when it mattered. When it gets to about 30 seconds on the clock, every CT side knows that it's 30 seconds on the clock, we haven't heard anything, it's coming real soon. So if you have any utility left, you want to throw it between usually 30 and 25 seconds to go, because you know that is most likely when the hit's going to come. Full execute into the A bomb site once again from NaVi. It's drawing out a lot of CT side utility, but again, they're not really doing anything with it, just shooting through some smokes, playing this one slow. The bomb's down in a safe area.
I like the awareness.
Trying to get some utility out of G2.
It's nice to see, you know, there was the opportunity there that may have leaped and bounded through the team main smoke, but nothing has occurred so far. They are just going to relax for a little while longer. Simple, slowly heading his way down towards B. We do still have the one member lurking behind, but this aggression from Nexa looking good to stop Flamey, but Simple. Very nice on the trade there. The utility will start to expend towards outers, but that doesn't mean they will go. 3 members of G2 already in the position. But look at this lineup. Amanek will be able to take down Boomich. Simple looking to pop the shot, but it will be perfecto. So they bring it back to the 3-on-3 here. Jax on the cross, meeting the fate. The crosshairs of Simple with the AWP. And now Kenny with that famed skin of his own as well. Waiting patiently to see if anything will rock up. But with the bomb being planted, NaVi gets that one down. Look at the positioning here from Hunter in SL.
Spots out the first at E-Box. Going to get the molly to try and force the issue. It's Simple, though. You do not force Simple away.
Shot.
He's going to sit in it and wait for you. Kenny will hit the trade, but now a 1v2 with the AWP. Looks like he might want to consider this one. The nade's in, does some damage, but he's waiting for the push at this point. Kenny is out of the round. He's going to be saving onto it here. Too much time has gone on that bomb. Good damage, at least, from G2, but NaVi, they go straight out into that bomb site. And what I thought was going to be a really, really rough round for them, considering the position of Amanek, they managed to refrag it well. They managed to keep control of things. And that, I honestly thought halfway through that round was going to get away from them based on that positioning. Because when you throw all that utility early onto A, all those smokes, the flashes and mollies, you're denying G2 a bunch of info early, but you're also depriving yourself of it. There's nothing to stop Amanek and sneaking into the position that he got into, and he timed his peak perfectly to stop that ladder push, at least temporarily. You can't stop Simple for long, though. Another 3K round for him. And G2, they're going to call attack, and I don't really blame them here. They've still got that AWP on Kenny S. They've got enough money that they can afford to get a very scrappy buy together. They can have, what, 3 M4s if Kenny drops one with armor behind them, and then 2 SMGs for Masters, something like that. Maybe. They can kind of invest into this, but it's getting to the point now where NaVi, they're up by 2 rounds. They're starting to stabilize a little bit here. Their economy is going to be getting set too. Let's check exactly what they're all at when we see that again, but... Okay, I lied to you. Not the most money in the world. They've reinvested heavily.
No, for sure. And that's the main thing, though, right?
Be good, but they've lost a lot of players every round.
Yeah, correct. Doing the damage, G2 able to find it. You know, they're taking it down to these 1 or 2 members left in each round, so well done so far. But we still are in early days. Of course, NaVi, if they can continue to sort of snowball here, you know, Simple still with the AWP in hand. And it looks like G2 have chosen to fully invest here. I was wondering whether or not they actually wanted to potentially look to maybe just play around the AWP, pick up some pistols, but early on, Boomich, straight into the ladder to find Hunter.
And I really like that change up from NaVi as well. Changing the pace like that. They pretty much let G2 have ladder every single round, and now they bait the push out of Amanek as well, the bait and switch. NaVi, they figured out the way that G2 are playing here. Next is going to be able to go unfound for 1. But he's lost his teammate already, and it's a 2v4 on the bomb site. Bomb goes down. There's the trade, though. It's all into Kenny S, and he can't get anything done. It's Simple with the headshot, delivering again. 11-5, this man, 9 rounds in. Great change up from NaVi there. Completely caught G2 off guard.
Absolutely. The pace change catches them, and that's exactly what they sort of needed. You know, they've gone a little bit more methodical for the first few rounds here, but yep, that's exactly correct. Now, 5 kills in the last couple of rounds for Simple. You're never going to really be surprised when the stats start to fly around about this man. But look, 6 rounds already for NaVi so early on in this match. You know, it's super important to get as many as you can on that T side. Still not the favored side by any means. And with 6, that sort of already selects yourself a position where you're like, okay, you know, we're in a good spot to win out the rest of this map. But still, G2, if they can solidify and lock it down a bit further, they can still bring their way back in. But yeah, look, no Zeus. No Zeus.
Not this time. Oh, dear. Ooh,
Boomich.
He's going to get his toenails clipped a little bit, but Simple's here with the AWP. Back to swing as well. It is just the pistols from G2 this time. And while we have had some good results out of pistols so far in this map, doesn't look like G2 are going to be repeating that. NaVi really look like they've got their number now. I mean, yeah, it's a pistol round. Sure, I'm not going to draw too many conclusions, but look at the difference in the way that NaVi is approaching this now. Moving together, covering all of their angles. They know the spots and the timings that G2 have been hitting so far, and they're exploiting them pretty well. Wide swing onto Nexa. They heard the Deagle. Nothing he could do. Nice round. The real question is going to be what G2 bring into this one. Now they have the money again. Look at those matching chairs. Look at that. How fancy.
The hub. You love to see it.
The hub,
beautiful
indeed.
Stuff. I like the beanbag as well.
The back. Did you see that?
God damn.
I want to be sitting there watching the game on a beanbag. That sounds awesome.
So look, excellent stuff here from NaVi. 7 already. Now the full rebuy in from G2 or for Kenny S. They need to start to snowball from here.
Simple, by the way, 111 ADR in round 11. Man has not stopped. Again, so far down ladder for free before Hunter can react. Doesn't get any damage off either. The Molotov forces him away. NaVi spreading out, playing their map control. They've got control of the halls towards the B bomb site. And maybe this will be the first time they've really hit B for the first time in, well, pretty much since round number 3. Electronic goes a little bit too far by himself. No utility or teammates to support. And now there's 2 players in the B bomb site watching for this. Perfecto, though, will find the 1 as the T's push in.
Oh, Flamey. Straight through that smoke there, catching off guard Kenny S. The AWP taken down, but Nexa already finding the opening, and now the 2nd in the round here. And that's actually going to send NaVi packing. They're happy to move back over towards this A site. Amanek on the ladder.
Will he check
Perfecto. He's going to bump. No. Oh my word, the timing here, Tim. Very well done from Armanek to check back there. Knew the possible prospect, the Perfecto, has perfectoed his timing there by making the way through towards the back of green. But very well done from Armanek, as mentioned. Simple, still with the AWP in hand, and will Molotov towards the back of sight. And now Boomich on the hunt here. They already have flooded out the remaining members of G2, but now with that bomb being planted, still a 3-on-2. I'm never going to put it past these two members, Boomich and Simple. But as Armanek slowly starts to creep his way into Team Main, Simple with a very aggressive line here. Will the timing favor him, or will Armanek find him? I think this pincer attack, the 3-arm movement in, but Simple is actually repositioned here, Tim. What's going to happen?
Oh, Simple, that's a rare miss from him. He knows the flag's coming, but he can't quite hit it. It falls to Boomich, 1v3. That bomb is very well ticked, and he can try and play this. Will get the defuse for free. Now he can just play his cover. I think Boomich has got it done. They're going to tap the bomb. They have to try and stick it. They might just get it. I'm not sure. It's going to be incredibly close indeed. Maybe. No, it's gone.
Not quite.
Not quite. They will keep one player and one gun. They've got an AK up on Amanek, or an AWP even. He managed to upgrade at the last moment, but from a game that started so back and forth, all of a sudden, NaVi, 5 rounds in the lead, 8-3.
Look, you got to be happy with that. 8 rounds on the T side. You know, they've already won out the half here, locking themselves in. So, look, you know, starting off really, really strong. Of course, this is their map pick. They're making us eat our words here, I guess you could say, so far, of each team winning their opposing map picks. But with that being said, you can never call this one too early. NaVi, they're doing it strong on the T side. Maybe G2 have what it takes to do the exact same thing as Kenny tries to get a little bit cheeky to find Simple, but in the end, we'll find the frag back. Simple is just on fire right now. Jack's trying to find Perfecto. Good for the trade. Amanek, will he be able to find anything, or will he go down? He's already taken a little bit low. Does have the Kevlar to work with, but with Perfecto already up on that site, the smokes are down. Nexus trapped inside CT Con. What's going to happen here? It looks like Amanek just might try hightail it out of there and save the AWP, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, that's 100% worth it. If you look at the money on their team, they're all at around the $2,000 to $3,000 mark. Hunter's a little bit lower, but they don't really have enough to be able to throw guns away here, particularly not an AWP. It's nearly $5,000 invested they really want to hold on to. Nexus just going to be hanging out. Essentially, he's just playing to protect the president. Got to watch out for his buddy. Nothing he can really do here. And NaVi, not a single player lost. They find 3 entries and get that bomb down. The A site belongs to them. I thought it was going to be a little bit shaky at the start of this game. Looking at the way that G2 were playing it, looking at how NaVi threw that same set of utility every single round, I thought maybe G2 would find a way to exploit it. But NaVi have thrown almost the same utility and then used it differently most of the rounds. Sometimes they go really fast. Sometimes they sneak through it. Sometimes they throw it and then just leave it as a fake and then go out again later. They're playing super slowly, but they're playing super smart. And G2, I mean, the scoreline will tell it to you, they haven't found a way to adapt to it just yet. They do have the guns again. They've got the AWP back in the hands of Kenny S. Hasn't really had too hot of a game with it. 2-9, although up against Simple, who's currently 14-6. I don't really know what you want the man to do. I'm not going to hold it against him. I certainly wouldn't want to play against Simple. But 3-9. G2 on the CT side of Train. This is their map pick, by the way, isn't it?
Yep,
or is this NaVi?
Absolutely. No, this is NaVi. This is NaVi. So,
yeah, it is.
But look, I guess
right,
to add to your sentiment, of course, mate, anyone playing against Simple. I was thinking earlier, you know, it's in the team speak when it's like a 1v3 and Simple, who's alive? Oh, it's Simple. It's like, oh no.
Oh no, boys.
Pressure's on. But yeah, look,
it's no one's fault.
Excellent. 9-3. As you mentioned, they have been very happy to continue to move over towards that A site. Inners hasn't really been touched upon a whole lot. You know, they've gone there about 2 rounds now, I do believe, where they did have a little bit of success, at least in sort of forcing these back. Nex has been good to hold, but in the previous round, Nexa did find 2, but then in the end, they ended up heading back towards the A side regardless. And yeah, the timing there, unable to find it. But look at this positioning from Nexa. He's actually managed to drop the bomb. Simple yet to peek, but Nexa to find another. This man has been incredible, but now Simple inside the 2-on-5. Electronic to find an additional frag, and you never got to put them past them though. Are you, Tim? Here we go. Simple has managed to bring it back to the 3-on-3. They've still got plenty of time, but the main factor here is where that bomb is positioned. But look at this. Simple getting so aggressive, but Kenny to deny the old no-scope there off the back of the trainer. It's all left onto Electronic, but Kenny S, he is now reconnected to the server here as G2 will find their 4th.
If there's any 2 players who can convert around like that, you know, surely, if anyone on NaVi, it's going to be Simple and Electronic. They make a fair go at it, but it's Kenny. Kenny who manages to catch it out. Really good little shoulder check from him there as well. Knows that Simple can be creeping close. That bomb had not yet been recovered. So you would think maybe those T's are going to play around the bomb site, try and play close to the bomb and just get it down. But he knows Simple, knows the man likes to take his risks, likes to play it a little bit dangerous, shoulder baits it, sees it, and then hits a no-scope of all things. Not consistent, but he hits those. Boomich, though, has found the pick onto Jax and onto Hunter. Never mind all of that. Boomich owns ladder.
Well, that's happened twice now, right? The quick pace where Boomich decides to get down ladder and early on taking that control, 2 massive entries, but now the positioning from Amanek on the other side of the sandwich smoke. Electronic will be able to find the frag, so at least afforded one back. Electronic, though, the timing looking the wrong way. Nexa has been impeccable during the course of this game, and now the line, Simple, the primary orb, this one, and swinging deep, dropping Nexa, and NaVi. This is just brutal and punishment right now. You love to see it. Simple, 18-7. And I can't even say I feel like G2 are playing that bad. Like, they've got the right tact. They know sort of what they're doing. But just as you mentioned, you know, the continuous switch up from NaVi, going from quick to slow, the similar sort of utility sets, but they just continue to get the job done and barely even scraping towards B.
So, Mitch, if I can bring up one quick point with you here.
Absolutely.
Mag 7. Heading into round 15 here, Nexa's got himself a shotgun. We've got a very mixed buy from G2. Kenny's trying for a bit of a sneaky angle into A main, but they've got to try something here. Last round of the half, 5 rounds would be nice. Well, it's not going to be great, but it's better than nothing. I don't want to be down 11-4 at the start of their series here. It's worth noting, I was looking through the previous games that have happened in EU Pro League earlier today, and there's been a lot of games that have gone to 3 maps where the first one was a stomp, or even the first 2 were stomps going separate ways, but G2 certainly don't want that to happen to them here. They've got 2 players stacked up inside ladder now. They are so scared and or annoyed at Boomich. They've got a shotgun and a rifle to support him. Hunter can also play A main from there. Goodness me.
I like the mag has actually gone its way towards the bottom of lower ramp as well. You know, they're waiting fully to see if anyone will actually creep down that way, but it does look like NaVi, once again, they've taken control of Ivy, leaving Perfecto there to relax for the... No, sorry, Electronic. But now they will have a couple of additional members join him. Looks like we do have Simple joining the party in just a second. A great flash in, but it actually doesn't blind up Boomich. Hunter will go down, had the right idea to try and get that late round control, but now Kenny S stuck on the middle of the site. Jax just on the other side of Old Bomb will be able to drop Flamey. A little bit quiet from Jax in this match so far. A few early Deagle picks, but now finally getting his way back on the board. Now the AWP duel. Kenny S does manage to find Simple here. Amanek with control of inside. But now they just sort of relax. The bomb has been dropped back of green. And now trying to sort of slowly recover this. You're exactly right. 15 seconds. They need to get the bomb planted, and they will. So G2 still in the hot seat, but they have to reaggress and find this site.
4 versus 3, though, for the half. Electronic's going to find 1. Jax, though, quickly lays out 2 of NaVi, all onto Boomich. 2 players very low. Double AWP for the retake. They can lock down angles. I don't know how I feel about it. He's going to have to go for the spray here. He's heard that bomb touched. How long will he wait? There it is again. Knows they're back on that defuse. Now there's the AWP. Goes for the deplanter, or the diffuser even. Jax is able to hit it a 4K for himself. How dare you, Conky? How dare you say he's been quiet, he says. G2 going to grab the 5th round for themselves. 10-5 at the half. We'll be right back with the rest of NaVi versus G2.
Somewhere else, put all the masks that I had on the shelf. Wish I could stay, but it's bad for my head. Something's coming.
nobody else is showing any empathy. Rudely awake and quiet undertaking. Did I do something wrong? Life isn't easy. Why did you leave me here with my thoughts alone? I don't wanna wake up messed up, 'cause I can't spend another day like this. Another type of caked up breakup, where I've been finding any way to my fix. But I need you now, 'cause I don't wanna be around. No, I don't wanna wake up messed up. There's gotta be another way past this. I'm so sorry that I didn't go to therapy. Thinking everybody even use an enemy.
Time now for half number 2 on train between NaVi and G2. It's 10-5 after the first 15 rounds of play. NaVi leading the way. On their T side, it was getting themselves 10 rounds. Took a little while for G2 to wake up into that one, but they had some decent rounds towards the end. In particular, Kenny S started hitting some shots with AWP, and we really do need him to come online for the rest of this. But we swap sides now. G2, 5 rounds to their name. They're going to start off on their own T side. Those GG bet odds have shifted substantially. 4 to 1.2. Looks like they think NaVi is going to win, and I'm inclined to agree with them. It's been very good showing from them so far. Simple in particular, on point, 18 and 8 as per usual. But we head into the pistol round with G2. Apart from one player making some noise today, main, they're all streaming straight towards those lower bomb site, and it's only Perfecto here to stop it.
Oh, Perfecto, big task on the top of his shoulders right now. Flamey, ironically, moving behind the flames, as he will just chill inside CT connector for a little while longer. I've already noticed Boomich moving up in towards the top of the ladder. Does spot out Hunter, having the CZ, and he's actually going to tag him down to 7. Jax, though, with a good bit of positioning, moving back here, but Boomich does manage to find Hunter. So in the end, Boomich will reposition. He's actually done well here to sort of toy a little bit longer with this member inside, but Perfecto waiting for Amanek, pushing up the back of Cloud, and in the end, it's Nexa, Kenny S, Amanek to find all the frags, all on the Flamey and Perfecto. They've actually brought it back here, Tim. It's a 1-on-2 somehow. Nexa, middle of the site, sitting on the train. Will he be able to swing around and find Flamey? He will, but Perfecto to get it back. 1-on-1, and they will manage to get it. Kit in hand, plenty of time, all sorted. And that's straight off the bat. 11 rounds for NaVi. Well done from Flamey and Perfecto.
Perfecto swapped to a Glock there as well.
Yeah.
To go fight that close range. More bullets, faster fire rate. That's what you need to get you through these situations, and it works out for him. NaVi. A round they maybe shouldn't have been able to get back into, but the shots are connected, and get back into it they will. 11-5 now the lead, and G2, things are looking pretty dire. They're going to buy into just a couple of pistols. Never mind, they do all upgrade as the timer ticks over into the start of the round. 4 Deagles, 1 P250, no utility to back it up. They've got to try and get something here. They're staring down the barrel of 12, 5, maybe 13, depending on how long it takes them to get their economy in order. Oh, never mind.
Great shot.
Right. Well, that's a good way to start. Flamey removed by a Deagle through the smoke.
Amanek opening the door towards the A site, but in the end, it looks like they are going to slowly head towards B. Perfecto has been the solo man to wait so far, but look, again, he's been pretty consistent though, right, during the course of this map. He's not been sort of overly flashy or anything like that, but plenty of impact throughout the course of the first half. But with NaVi already sort of stepping forward into that 11th round, you know, they put themselves in the early advantage. Such a strong T half. And look, that absolutely does not mean that G2 won't find some similar sort of luck. But Perfecto on the top of that train. Will it find the right timing? Yes, he will. And now Kenny S looking to barrel on out. Amanek and Nexa not too far away. They look to get the bomb planted. Perfecto, will he walk? Or will he just wait for the teammates to join him? It looks like the ladder. Perfecto, in the end, going towards the sidewalk to wait patiently. Amanek looking for the toes, but it's the flash in. Kenny S just able to find one. Putting it back to a 3-on-2. There's Simple. Now it's all onto Amanek, but looks like Boomich has his number here up towards the upper B position. Bomb will be defused. 12 rounds for NaVi, and they get out here relatively unscathed. That's the most important thing though, right? CT-sided economy management, making sure that you keep as many members alive to roll it on in. We'll see Simple eventually pick up the AWP as well, but for now, he can sit with that AUG.
5 rounds for G2 still. At least they do get themselves the bomb down plus that couple of kills, which means their money is actually looking pretty good. They're going to be able to fully invest in here. They've got the AWP on Kenny S. They've got the AKs on all other members. They're even going to get some utility behind it as well. So that bomb plant and those couple of kills allow them to be able to force the issue here. But again, they are rapidly running out of time in which to make this work. NaVi sitting at 12 rounds already on their CT side. Only 4 away from closing out their map pick here in the opener of this series. And it's going to be a very quick push from G2. Hunter already out on the bomb site. Did Flamey spot that? I'm not sure he did. Electronic is there, though. There's the first frag going their way, and the rest of G2 stalled for now.
Moving back in. Hunter, the first to go down here in this round, putting G2 at that early disadvantage once more. Still plenty of time, 1:25 left on the clock. Electronic up very close and personal as well. I'm liking this change up of aggression as well. Like, G2 didn't really do a whole lot towards Team Main on their previous half. You know, they were a little bit more fearful, it would appear, of NaVi. But now they do slowly start to make their way towards B. Once again, Perfecto, the solo man to hold, but Simple's there. 9-9, looking to sort of stat pad, I suppose. But Kenny S, obviously, with that orbit hand now goes down. Perfecto. Oh my word! The flash in from Simple, straight through the smoke. And now Nexa has to move back. Boomich is already there. And it's Kenny S into a 1-on-5. And Boomich to find it. The doors immediately close on NaVi, but the perfect team synergy, the ultimate timing, and Perfecto can move on in to find a couple of easy frags. Lives on. 5 members of NaVi team still alive, and that was a full buy from G2.
Oh, dearie me. And an MP9 up against full AKs. That flash was just perfect from Simple. That's Perfecto to mop up. Looking pretty dire now. G2 calling for their second tactical timeout of the map, and at a good time as well. Their money not looking too good. They will be able to get some sort of buy together. They can get a couple of rifles, maybe some pistols as well to back it up. But again, they're rapidly running out of chances here. That was the best buy they've had so far. Well, so far this half, obviously. We're early into this half. It's the best buy they've had in probably the last 6 or 7 rounds, and they got pretty much nothing done with it. In fact, completely nothing done with it. No kills, barely even any damage. NaVi only 3 rounds away from taking this one, and G2, they're playing a pistol. They have to, really. They've got to let NaVi get 14 and then play for a 30-rounder or for OT. Well, I guess 30-rounder either way, but Amanek, he's got his trustworthy Zeus out with him again, but it's full rifles on the side of NaVi. From us on Boomich, Org still on Simple. No need to upgrade to the AWP just yet. Amanek is going for it. He really wants to kill Boomich in here, but he can't. Boomich has found 2 again, and the third, easy as you like. They can't get him out of ladder, no matter what side he's on.
Well, I was actually about to say, Tim, just when we were looking at the stats in that cheeky little pause that we had earlier on, Boomich has actually taken charge. And I think with that third frag in the round, he sits at 20 now, moving above Simple and the ADR as well. It reminds me of just his control on the T side, the offense. He was able to find so many frags moving into SL. He was never really punished. And that's what I feel like G2, they haven't really sort of gone towards the challenge. And I mean, look, at the end of the day, Train can be quite a daunting map, you know, when it comes to taking control of those certain positions, you know, maybe trying for an early flash peek in towards Ivy, trying to make your way into Team Main a little bit later in the round, control of ladder, things like that. But yeah, G2 just have sort of been a little bit behind the curve, I would say, in this position. But now they find 14. As you mentioned, G2, they've taken the neat, and they will allow themselves an eco here. So the full buy coming through, which, I mean, look, they will obviously buy into the next if they're unsuccessful here, with NaVi being at map point. But regardless of the situation, G2, they need to get moving, and they need to get moving now.
It's going to be a full execute moving very quickly. Nexa spots the shadow. Knows the Electronic is there. How does he not win that? Had all the time in the world. At least Amanek's able to trade it, and out onto the A-bomb site they go very, very quickly indeed. Flamey taken down, but Simple is here. Of course, Simple is here. The entire team has fallen with the help of Boomich as well, and Kenny S even going to cop a tag for his trouble. 28 HP, 3 members of NaVi alive. And Boomich is already here as well. What is this spot? There's no way Kenny catches this. No way at all. Perfectly played. Spots him going by.
Oh,
Gonna go for the knife. Do it. Do it.
Nah, surely not.
It's way too far away. Fair enough.
Exactly.
But that's 15. And again, a buy round in which they get almost nothing done. The positioning there, I don't know how. I think it was Electronic finds that kill, given that he has the shadow. Well, Nex has a shadow on his side, knows exactly where he is, but can't find it. Either way, it's map point for NaVi. 15 to 5, 10 the deficit that the T side sits. They've got another bye together here, but they need 10 straight just to make it to OT. Before we even look at any chance of redemption here on Train, it's looking very good for NaVi as we move into the final round, or what could be even the final round.
Well, looks like it may very well be if there's not this aggression rewarded, I suppose, from G2. They have changed up the pace. They've already leaped and bounded out of Team Main, taking control of back towards the side. Look at Boomich again, up in heaven. Not quite able to find the second, though. Does the damage on towards Kenny S, but immediately it's a 4-on-2. But are you ever going to question the positioning of Simple? He's moved into ladder. Hunter is watching, but whether or not he'll actually find the opening shot. 20-9 is Simple, but look at the timing. He's actually repositioned. Let's find the shot. Armanek goes down, but now Hunter, at least good for the trade here into the 1-on-2. Flamey, how can you be getting away with that, my friend? They are low, but Hunter keeps his composure, locks it down from the crouch position, recovering that AWP for Kenny. And G2, they finally get their way back on the board here. 6 rounds now. But I was going to say earlier on, you know, I am just... The way NaVi have played this game of Train, it's been super confident. You can see it there on the player cams. I mean, G2, and especially Kenny S, they've always been like quite emotive players. You know, they show their emotion quite strongly. But then you look at NaVi, cool as a cucumber. They've just been chilling. They seem super happy with this, like no overreactions or whatever, a couple of smiles here and there. But they have been doing excellently. You've got to be happy in this position. Top of your group and looking to dominate G2 in this fashion that they are right now. It's awesome to see.
They're looking very confident indeed, and yeah, still got some money to burn. They're a little bit low on the economy, but they'll be able to get another buyout here. And G2, they're still so scared of ladder. This time, Boomich is nowhere near it, playing back on the bomb site, but still, they've got 2 players there. Hunter's going to get control of it behind that smoke, and teammate has left him. So they've cleared it out. They're going to leave now. Throws out a single smoke onto the bomb site. Actually might be looking to contest this. Never mind, here comes the rest of the util, but here comes Boomich, the man who won. Never mind, jumping headshot from Hunter. Electronic now at E-Box under pressure, but the flash is good. Simple chimes in too.
There it is, Electronic with 2, but Flamey actually on the AWP, and he will find 3. You love to see it. There we have it, NaVi 16-6 to close out their map choice, the opener here on Train, and that was excellent. Look at the smiles in-house NaVi, the yellow, the brightness, and that was a dominant force above G2. 16-6, Tim.
Indeed it is. So that's the first map. Train goes NaVi's way. Didn't really look too close either. Very well played from them. We'll be right back with map number 2 between NaVi and G2 just after this.
They tryna figure out what's on our plate. Infinity sideways, we already ate. Skipping is basic, skipping is classic. Stay out of trouble, now I can relate. Nevertheless, I'm doing great. I just finished this thing, ain't no debate. You ain't my dog, you ain't my family, and sure as hell, you're not my mate. Yeah, I take my place at the summit. I can't wait till we counting them hundreds. I cannot lie, I ain't rich, yeah, but when I say my time coming, it's coming. And some of y'all got ahead of me, to be honest, I wasn't even running. But very soon I'ma run it. I demand it, man, I want it. Push start, ayy. Ball so hard, ayy. Raise the bar, ayy. Turn into a star, ayy. Play my part, yeah. I ain't too far. I do it big. I keep it large, okay. Live it up. This is fake, better give it up. Young, but I feel like I've seen enough. Numbers going up, better keep it up. Ain't slowing down, better live it up. About too hard, ayy. What? About too hard, ayy. What? About too hard, ayy. About too hard, ayy. They not gon' like this. Don't like surprises. I cause a crisis. Man, I'm a scientist. With the music, I spice things up to my liking. Man, I want nice things, nice things. This not an AK, it's a Uzi. I pull up and shoot it to movie. I'm chasing the bag, not a coochie. Cut ties with the fake, now it's Gucci. Word of my niggas from the 021. You count 6 shots and I count 2 guns. Some people still think I rap just for fun, but soon they look up to me just like the sun. Yeah, you can come over here. Swear it's like no career. Swear you got no idea. Soon you have no career. Take a good look in the mirror. They need to know that I'm here. Don't you act like it ain't clear. Yeah, push start, ayy. Ball so hard, ayy. Raise the bar, ayy. Turn into a star, ayy. Play my part, yeah. I ain't too far. I do it big. I keep it large, okay? Live it up. This is fake, better give it up. Young, but I feel like I've seen enough. Numbers going up, better keep it up. Ain't slowing down, better live it up. About too hard, ayy, what? About too hard, ayy, what? About too hard, ayy, about too hard.
So 1-0 the lead for NaVi after the train leaves G2 behind at the station. 16-5, 16-6 even in the end, actually it was, I believe. Was not a lot really that G2 could get going in that one. Unfortunately, NaVi looked dominant. It was simple for the first half and a little bit, and then Boomich really stepped up as well. We were having a chat about it in the break between maps there. They were just terrified of him the whole time. Boomich just had ladder under psychological control, really. They didn't dare go near it. Had it locked down pretty much every time. I think they killed him there once, and it was a jumping AK headshot.
Yeah, and that was in like the very last round of the game as well. And in the end, NaVi was still able to reign supreme. So I felt like during the course of that match, G2, they were a little bit fearful. They weren't really super confident to take that additional control. Whereas, then we move over to the CT side of NaVi and they're just flashing each other into location. That 2K from Electronic down at the bottom of the ramp was just incredible, trying to get it through. But yeah, look, I guess across the battle board, it was simple. Opening up, he's obviously a very, very aggressive player, super confident in his own ability. And why wouldn't you be? And then in the end, it was actually Boomich to start bringing it back. He was Mr. Consistent during the course of that. And it's really exciting, isn't it, to see a member of the roster that's in the IGL position able to still put up numbers like that he does. And yeah, G2, they were just never really able to get a foothold. At the very start, we open up with the 1-1-1-1 before we even had a back-to-back rounds picked up by one of these teams. So very exciting game, and it was still a lot of fun, even despite the quite heavily one-sided scoreline.
I love that flash call, by the way, just to talk on that while it's on our screens. That is so fast. Perfecto was already running towards it or edging towards it, but as soon as the smoke comes out, he knows that if you see a smoke there, those players are going to be running down. They're looking to get out behind their smoke and onto the bomb site. Calls the flash immediately. There is yet another attempt to get Boomich the heck out of ladder. Amanek goes straight down with the Zeus, and the Zeus worked for him in the first half, going up the ladder. So, like, maybe. But didn't work that second time. It didn't really work too well for them at all. Unfortunately, G2 couldn't really get rolling. It's worth noting, Kenny S was hitting some shots. Had a couple of nice rounds in there. Jax had a 4K on the very last round of the first half, I think, or the second last round, something like that. Explicitly